Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity?
Bright Memory Infinite is a first-person shooter action game that has been developed by a Chinese-based FYQD Personal Studio. Special Agent Shelia is tasked by a science research organization which is called SRO for short, which she works to prevent SAI, a military organization, from requiring a legendary ancient power that can reawaken the dead. I came across this game from certain researchers and from certain people who has given certain types of feedback about this game. It was mixture, some bad, some good, but I was curious because this is made by an indie company. Now, indie companies are sometimes a gamble. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss. Now, is this game a hit and miss? Let's just say that I played it, I finished it, and from an indie company, I was surprised of how much fun I had playing this game. Let's start about the pacing of the game. The game is very fast paced. The game picks up pretty quickly. In fact, immediately so. As soon as you start the game, you're already at the line of fire by playing as the main protagonist, Shelia. But at the same time, you don't know much about her character, how she got originated, how she ended up being in the Special Forces, and at the same time, her history. Who was her parents? How she ended up learning to fight? How does she know how to do so many things with the weapons that is given to her? But the game knows this. The game knows that you're going to know so little about her, so they want you to be more focused on everything that's around you and everything that's in front of you and just cutting things that's in your path, shooting things that's in your way, and obliterating enemies by just a flick of your wrist. And I thought this game was fan-fucking-tastic by delivering that to me. If you like shooters, if you like slashers, if you definitely like first-person shooters, I should have said that in the beginning, and if you love blood and gore and just people just being obliterated by destruction, basically in a Doom concept, you should not miss out on Bright Memory Infinite. You would definitely love this game. The action is good. It pulls you in a lot. The shooting is great too. Now I was thinking to myself, if you could slash away enemies and do a whole lot of melee attacks and shoot them at the same time, it has to be lacking something. Is it lacking the swordplay? Is it lacking the gunplay? Or is it lacking the melee combat? But no, everything is polished through the graphics, through the gameplay itself. I was using guns for a large amount of time. Same thing with my melee combat and the sword, and all of them played out well. And when I was using my sword, it felt like I was playing Metal Gear Rising. It felt like I was playing Wet if that was a first-person shooter. The combat on here is very fluid. In fact, people can debatably tell you which weapon you will definitely have fun with. I feel like if you like a lot of games that has this, and it has a good mixture of just having fun with guns and swords, you're gonna definitely love this game a lot. But what really pulled me in a lot was the fact that I could level up and upgrade my weapons to the fullest extent so I can inflict so much pain and destruction towards the enemies. My only issue is the fact that you can't do any executions except a couple of bosses. Why you can't do executions towards every single enemy? This game pulls you in the eyes of Shelia by you going through certain obstacles and doing quick time events. This game does have QTE too, and the QTE is actually pretty stingy anyway, especially in the beginning of the game where I was busy getting pulled in by the cutscene. They had the nerve to throw a freaking QTE at me as she was trying to get to a landing point, and I actually missed it and the game was over. What the fuck is this, Top Gun from the NES? So the game is not perfect, but it is enjoyable, and people go around and they talk about this game, and people are surprised of how much shit that they give the developers and the game itself. We're not hating on the game because of the issues that I've addressed. The game is still enjoyable. We're hating on the game because of how short it is. The game is 2 hours when you collect everything. But if you want to just roam around and just complete the game, you're talking about an hour. and maybe even less so. That is criminal, especially when it comes to you trying to progress through everything and trying to figure everything out. By the time everything gets handed to you, the game is over. Now look, there are 3 games in my lifetime that I would give this pass to when it comes to the length of the material here, especially when I'm having fun. That is Stray, the PS2 well-known underground game Dark Angel, and PT. Bright Memory Infinite doesn't earn that. It doesn't earn it. I feel like by this game ending so quickly, especially when it comes to me getting pulled in by the intensity of the rush of the game, it did not satisfy me. I probably would have been more satisfied if the game ended with a note of me knowing everything about the game, knowing how the character is, knowing how the story is precisely, giving me a satisfying final boss, because all these bosses and these enemies themselves are not strategically difficult. No matter how hard you put the game on, it's not like these enemies are going to have any types of strategic ways to defeat you. Your health is going to get even more like fluidly delicate. That is it. Other than that, be prepared for a lot of glitches and be prepared for you to get over things very quickly. Getting 100% on this game is going to be the most easy thing you can ever do besides walk, and I am not kidding. So to end this on a note, I'm not mad at the developer for making this game short, especially if the game was going to be bad. I'm mad at the developer making it short because I wanted more of it. We wanted more of it. That's the reason why we were giving the developers so much shit. People may get into the confusion method by saying that we hate the game because it was short. No, we just hate the fact that we was having so much fun playing this game and it gets snatched away from us by an ending credit scene. I feel like I would probably give this game a lot of good graces if the game was a little bit cheaper, because by me spending as much as I'm a little bit embarrassed to say on this review how much I spent on this game, it was not worth it. This game should be at least $10 or probably less than that. I'm gonna have to give Bright Memory Infinite a C. I like this game. In fact, I think I played it, I think I probably beat it over 3 times, I think, just so I can get everything refreshed and just so I can make sure that I can get the timing of the length of the game correct. But all I'm going to say is this: if you're curious enough to play it, check it out once it is cheap, because I'm telling you, man, these are one of the main games out here right now, especially in this day and age, that is the shortest games of all time. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and I hope you all have a good day.